Hey guys, so welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. So tonight I've got a very special tarot card reading, and this reading is for, we're just going to use the initials DS, DS, to protect privacy and, all that good stuff. But this tarot card reading is for DS, and DS would like to know, they will be in a relationship this year. So let's find out. Typically for these kind of questions, I would just do a one card reading, but for this one, I'm actually feeling the need to do a 2-card reading. So first card that we have is the Three of Swords. This is really kind of a cut and dry kind of thing. This is winning at any cost. So kind of like that, the energy that we pick up, this is our situational energy, almost kind of like that past kind of energy that's just kind of leaving us a little bit, maybe a short time back. It's sort of like winning at any cost is like kind of that saying to ourselves, okay, you know what? I'm going to have what I want. I don't care how I have to get it. I don't care, what I have to do or how I have to persuade the situation. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's also a big, huge card about change. And it's kind of where we're at the crossroads of something sometimes, it's like a middle of something. So we get fives, kind of that energy of just kind of like, we haven't seen finality on things. The game hasn't ended yet. We're kind of in the middle of things, but it's sort of like, we're trying to get ourselves situated in ways of strategically being on top of the situation or having control of a situation of some sort. And that card is really the Three of Swords is at least mentally you have control over the situation. But sometimes your ideas or your plan maybe doesn't fit into what other people's plans are necessarily, but it's your plan. And if they don't fit into your plan, well, then they actually have to kind of leave you. And as you see here, you see people kind of throwing down their swords and going. If it's your way of the highway kind of energy. But it's also about like sort of almost winning it like any cost. So it just says that, this is what we're going to do. This is my game. This is how we're going to play things. This is my playbook. This is what I'm doing. If you want to be on my team, you got to do what I say. That kind of energy. And sometimes that can be really hard for other people to handle, to let other people take control of the situation. So some people necessarily can't stay really in your life for that reason. You see that, but these are thought cards. This is sort of the thoughts, when we see this particular card come up. So the situation is right now, it's mostly like in the head. It's mostly like in the thoughts, the ideas, things like that we're picking up and trying to get, as far as that kind of things go. So this is really, as far as a relationship goes, it's mostly like being in the mind right now, and how am I going to get what I want? So on and so forth. Presently, though, in the present moment, and this is our action card as well. This is sort of like what we need to do in order to make that happen. If you want the relationship happen, notice we have 2 cards. It's the infinity. It's like lifelong partnership kind of energy, and it's also about material grounding, and also it's like eternal material energy. That's what I always pick up whenever I see this and all. And this is really about balancing things. Like, do you want to take more of a traditional approach? Do you want to take more of a modern approach? You got to kind of figure that out. And in order to do that, you're really going to have to sit down and maybe kind of think things through a little bit. And that's what that sword card from the past, just recently, and maybe you have thought things through and you kind of know what direction to take now. The key now is to getting what you want is to actually taking action. And that's what leads us into the future. The future card is really all about taking action, because we see the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands here. The Six of Wands, or staffs, sometimes people call them. And this 6 is really a victory card. And 6 is really a practical kind of energy and all. It's where we see victory, triumph. Notice the victory wreath right here on that wand. The horse, is nicely decorated. So is the person on the horse. This is somebody that has all the self-confidence in the world. Everything's good, and they get what they want. So this is our final card. It's also our action, but it's also our answer. And the answer is, of course, a resounding yes. Will you be in a relationship this year? Yes, you will. How are you going to get there? Well, this was the way we did things in the past. How are we doing things now? It's really about, sometimes, updating ourselves a little bit, sometimes we get a little too stuck in our own ways, and, it's about balancing things out too, so you have to balance your life with, but you have to kind of plan for things, and so that's kind of what it is. So if you plan for things and you take, some actions, some protocols, you follow your plan and you follow things through, then victory is definitely yours. You'll definitely have a relationship. You'll be in a nice relationship. And I pick up things are going to be pretty good with that relationship. Why? Because it's kind of been a process to get you there. And so you'll really see the value and the reward in having that relationship. And so you'll get what you want. It's a great reading. Let me know if you need anything. Much love, many blessings. Guys, thanks so much for tuning into Indirect Knowledge. If you guys want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, join the list, get some free resources, all that good stuff, you can just check out my website. It's indirectknowledge.com. Much love, many blessings. See you guys real soon.